Welcome back to Tired Talk Live. My name is Riven Alexander. We talked to you last week about making your vote count. Following up on that, there's Madison Lee with the news on the election.
Thanks for that introduction, Raven. With 253 electoral votes, Joe Biden has been announced as the projected winner of this election. However, tensions were high last week when Biden reached 264 electoral votes, with 270 needed to win. The nation's eyes were on Nevada during this time, as at 6 electoral votes. However, this pivotal result took days to tally up, part of the reason being that the timeline for counting up ballots in Nevada comes from the legislatively approved process, which states that ballots will continue to be counted for up to 9 days after the election. The count was also hindered by angry protesters, with security needed to protect staff. These protesters were supporters of President Trump, who decided to take matters into their own hands, protesting to stop the steal. Several protesters came to assert there were illegal votes and said that they simply did not believe that Biden could have won in their state. On the other side of the spectrum, progressive activists are protesting to count every vote. These contradicting protests have made tension high these past couple days. Nevertheless, the status of the election is rapidly progressing. Let's head back to the studio.
Thanks, Manny, for that segment. In other news, the CIC has released an update on the winter sports season. Let's turn to Miguel Valera to learn about this.
Hello, my name is Miguel Varela. With COVID-19 arising again in Connecticut, things are starting to change. High school winter sports suffered their first setback for the season on Thursday when the CIAC informed us that the first day of practice would be delayed indefinitely while the state continues to deal with the spike of COVID-19 cases. With the hopes of winter sports coming soon, high-contact sports like basketball will be required to wear masks during practice and games. The spike in these cases have also affected schools, leading to Hartford Public Schools switching to Code Orange, which is grades 10 through 12 being strictly online and all grades lower being switched to a hybrid model, taking effect on November 16th. Thank you. Now back to the studio.
Things may be hectic in the political scene and the sports scene, but you can still enjoy a nice hot meal inside with your family for Thanksgiving this year. Leads to Destiny, who interviewed SMS staff on safe ways to celebrate Thanksgiving this year.
Thank you, Aaron, for that great introduction. My name is Destiny Beers, and I'm out here in the hallways of SMSA. Right now, we're about to go ask two teachers, are they celebrating Thanksgiving? If they are, what are their plans?
Hello, I definitely plan on celebrating Thanksgiving. In some capacity, I will be eating a lot of turkey. I really like stuffing. I like the cranberry sauce with the stuffing, and I especially like to have the sandwich at night on the fresh bread with the stuffing and the cranberry sauce and the turkey all together. So where I have that is the question. My mom lives close by, so we might be at my mom's house. My brother lives just over the border in New York, but I don't know if he's having guests or not. The other possibility is that we go to Cape Cod to a cottage that our friends have that we sometimes get to stay in if no one wants to be there. So there are three possibilities. Two of them would include my mom, and the other two would just be us. But they all definitely include eating turkey. Thank you.
All right, so, that's an interesting question, just looking at how things are playing out with the pandemic. Usually we split, usually my fiance and I, we split between, my family and her family during the day. But that seems like it's going to be a little bit trickier. We actually haven't formalized what we were going to do yet, but there's a chance that me and my fiance might just spend Thanksgiving at home, maybe possibly do make some phone calls or do some FaceTiming. But we were really considering that, just to, looking at the way that the numbers are going, not wanting to put some of our, family members at risk or vice versa. So there's a chance we might be spending Thanksgiving home alone together.
Thank you, Mr. Robert, Mr. Graham. Hope everybody in SMSA has a great Thanksgiving.
That's all we have for today. See you next time, SMSA.